Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome to Racer Nexus, your gateway to elite iRacing action. Every week, Racer Nexus delivers high-octane, wheel-to-wheel competition across multiple disciplines, streamed live with cinematic quality and raw intensity. Sundays ignite with the apex this MAZDA MX-5s, where bumper-to-bumper duels and razor-thin margins make these lightweight legends a must-watch. Even real-world pros stop to witness the chaos. Mondays get wild with the Special Stage Pro 2 Trucks Championship. Rallycross dirt asphalt, these jump-happy beasts are built to bang. Here, contact isn't just allowed, it's celebrated. Tuesdays unleash the Throttle Freaks GT3 League, featuring 50-plus GT3 machines battling for 45 minutes at the world's most iconic tracks. GT3 is the global standard. Tune in to see why. Wednesdays bring thunder to the high banks as the Tobacco Road Sim Racing League puts NASCAR next-gen cars through their paces, from superspeedways like Daytona to short-track brawls at Bristol. Fridays and Saturdays belong to the Rookie Class Racing League. Fridays, Arca Menard's short-track slugfest sets the tone, while Saturdays, NASCAR Craftsman trucks tour the full spectrum of oval and road course warfare. At Racer Nexus, there's something for every motorsport fan, whether you're watching or racing. Want in? Each league's Discord link is in the description of their latest broadcast. Subscribe today.
The rolling hills of Elkhart Lake echo with ghosts of speed. Road America, 4 miles of pure American racing soul. Awaits the arrival of the apex this iRacing league, where the humble Mazda MX-5 becomes a weapon of precision and passion. This is no endurance test, no pit strategy chess match, just 2 blistering 20-minute sprints where every apex matters. Every draft counts, and every mistake is magnified. The circuit is a symphony of straights and sweeps, from the punishing brake zone into turn 5 to the blind rise of the kink, where bravery meets consequence, carousel demands rhythm, Canada corner punishes hesitation, and the final dash up the hill to the checkered flag is a drag race born of grit and grip. In this arena, the MX-5s dance, not with brute force, but with the balance and finesse. The drivers, they're not just racers. They're artists, sketching speed across asphalt, chasing milliseconds and glory in equal measure. The twin heats promise wheel-to-wheel combat, where the draft trains form and fracture, and the margin between triumph and heartbreak is a measurement in tire widths. Tonight, the Road America becomes a proving ground not for horsepower, not for fame, but for those who dare to race with heart. Welcome to Apex, this iRacing League. Welcome to twin 20-minute sprints. Welcome to week 9. That's right, folks. Week 9. Get towards the end of the season here. Drop weeks starting to take effect on the championship standings. We'll take a look at those in a few moments as we got qualifying just underway here. We got our drivers out on track, looking to put in their qualifying laps on board here with Michael Chase. He's just going to come across the line to finish up his first out lap. Road America, a bit of a stretch here for the Mazda's. Longer lap time here for them. It's a 4-mile long track, so a long way around for these Mazda drivers. Let's take a look at our conditions here this evening. Weather-wise, we've got 66-degree air temp. That's going to translate to 91 degrees Fahrenheit on track. Conditions are cloudy. No rain expected in the forecast. We had enough rain last week at Suzuka to do us for a little while. Humidity 91%. Let's take a look at our season information. This is week 9 of 12. We're at Road America this week. Same format, 2 heats, 20 minutes each. And then next week we'll be heading to Daytona, another fan favorite. This has been the fan favorite season where they decided to just throw caution to the wind, pick out all the tracks that are always big hits in the Apex this community, try and draw out as much support as they can this season, and it's been fabulous so far. We've seen a lot of great racing on track, a lot of door-to-door battles, and expect to see a whole ton more here this evening at Road America. Very draft dependent for these drivers. They're going to have to really stay in the draft because they don't want to lose that car ahead of them. You lose the draft here at Road America in the Mazda, and you're basically kissing your chance at a podium or better, goodbye. On board here with Corey Mitchell. It's been a season of up and downs for Corey Mitchell. He's had some good races, and then he's had some catastrophe come his way too as well. So we'll see how this one goes for Corey. Sitting in, I believe, about 4th place in the AM Championship as far as championship aspirations go. One of our drivers with championship aspirations is this driver right here, Brian Lemke. Comes into this one vying for top spot in the pro side of things. Again, drop week starting to take effect, so we'll start to see how that factors in here as our drivers start shimmying up and down the standings based on how great their season's been. A name we haven't seen out here in a while, one of the Sky Lounge drivers, Tyler Pierre Richards. TPR, as he's known here in the Sky Lounge side of things. Heading down the front straight, he's going to finish up his first flying lap. We'll see where he falls into qualifying. Oh, sorry, actually looks like that was his out lap, or he had that lap negated that time by. We're starting to see some lap times come in. Michael Chase currently sitting up top of the standings, 232.9. He's 13 tenths ahead of Michael Brock right now. Gregorio Moreno Jr. in 3rd place. Tony Wallace in 4th. Tony actually sharing camera with us this evening. So there we see Tony Wallace on board with the Pimax Crystal, I believe, headset, a VR user. So Tony out there, we'll see how he does this evening. Another camera car we have this evening is Stan Hammonds, as usual, sharing his cam. The Stanimal currently sitting in 6th place. See how he does. He's been viding for wins here all season in the races he's been. Unfortunately for his work schedule, it's only been every other week. He's really had to capitalize on the races that he's been here. Mark Miller, another driver, generally see him very competitive in the pro side of things. One of our pro drivers, or going pro, sorry, is what I'm classifying them as today. currently sitting in 8th place, just ahead of John Cooper. Only 3/100ths separating these two drivers, John Cooper and Mark Miller. And then Kelly Greeno just ahead of them right now on the championship standings. Kelly's actually going to come into this, or sorry, in qualifying. Kelly's coming in leading the championship standings. So take a look at those during the pace lap, as we're going to have a full pace lap here this evening. So we'll have plenty of time for that. But while we have a moment here, let's take and mention our sponsors. Track Cams for Gourmets, providing the camera action here again this evening as per usual. So all the great IndyCar and NASCAR duplicated camera shots you would have saw in the television broadcasts there. Goes out of his way to try and duplicate those camera angles. And then Apex Sim Racing. Apex Sim Racing, you can find yourself a 5% discount code in the description. You can use that. It'll save yourself a little bit of money. Get yourself a wheelbase, sim racing chassis, seat, monitors, chassis stand, whatever you need. They even sell PCs too as well. Basically everything you need to get yourself on track and in sim racing, that is Apex Sim Racing. So we thank them too as well. We have a moment here. Let's take a look at the schedule we've got remaining in the season here, as we've got a couple great tracks still to go. You see there, round 9 Road America. Next week is Daytona, Interlagos for round number 11. And then we're going to finish up the season at always a fan favorite here, the Sebring International Raceway. I'm not sure exactly. Sometimes we end up doing that one as a night race. So I'm not sure if that's going to actually end up being a night race or not. I'm hoping it's not going to be a night race, because, you know, we really enjoy seeing the cars, where at Sebring you don't have any lights. It's basically just some reflectors on the ground here and there, and you're having to try and find your way around. But so that's a couple tracks we got coming up to finish up the season. Week number 9. On board here with Brian Zinn. Zinn with a new paint scheme here this evening. For some reason our training paints hasn't updated all the paints in timing and scoring, so we'll see if we can get that refreshed here. Take a look. Ooh, a little slidey through corner there for Zinn. And get it collected up, and he'll carry on. So keep an eye on Zinn, see how he makes out. Let's go on board here with Tyler Pierre Richards. We were checking to see what kind of lap he was putting in earlier, but unfortunately for him, that lap got negated. So we'll have to try and regroup here. Unfortunately for him, he's going to run out of time there. So we'll give timing and scoring a minute to reset, and then we'll have a look at how things are going to stem up qualifying wise. So again, 2 20-minute heats. We getting underway. Our drivers are gridding up. Let's take a look at our grid here. Michael Chase going to start on front row with Michael Brock to his outside. In row 2, we're going to find Gregorio Moreno in third, with Brian Lemke starting to his outside in P4. P5 goes to Tony Wallace, with P6 to Mark Miller. Row number 4 is going to find Kelly Greenhoe in 7th, with John Cooper in 8th place. 9th place in row 5 goes to Roman Bykoff. Stan Hammond's going to start in P10. Row 6, Kent Kruger in P11, with Joseph Maher in 12th position. Row 7, P13 goes to Christopher Diaz, with Oz Iksulu in 14th place. Row 8, Brian Zinn in 15th, with Michael Schmidt in 16th place. Row 9, we're going to find Tyler Pierre Richards in 17th, with Spencer Beaudoin in 18th position. Row 10, Corey Mitchell in 19th, with Russell Abraham in P20. 11th place, or row 11, Michael Tangredi in 21st, Aaron Sunday in 22nd place. Row 12, Ryan Harris in P23, with Uwe Hale in 24th position. Row 13, Chris King in 25th, and Charles Wolfe in 26th place. Row 14, William Steeren in P27. Matthew Atkins going to start in P28. And rounding out the field is Dylan Foster, sorry. So there we go, 29 cars on track this evening. Should be a heck of a race here. Just waiting for all of our cars to grid up. And then, as I said, we are doing a full pace lap. So it's going to be a bit of a jog here around Road America with 29 Mazdas. So we see the grid pulling away. While they do that, we will take a look at our championship standings. Start off with the mid-back Larrys, where we see Kent Kruger coming into the race, leading the championship now in AM category, 4 points up on Aaron Sunday. Aaron Sunday 4 points back in second place, but he is 10 points up on Joshua Smith in third. Uwe Hale in fourth at 236. And then we go a ways back to Corey Mitchell. Mentioned Corey, a little bit of a struggle here this season for him, but he is ahead of Chris King, Dylan Foster, Chris Diaz, Jake Harrington, and David Sockrider, rounding out your top 10 drivers in the AM class. Over in the pro side of things, we've got Kelly Greenhill coming in this one with a commanding lead right now. Kelly 21 points ahead of Jonathan Cooper in second place. Cooper 9 points ahead of Roman Bykoff. And Bykoff only 4 points ahead of Brian Lemke. Zinn and Bodway battling it out for fifth place, tied at 178 points. Michael Chase in seventh, just ahead of Stan Hammonds, Mark Miller, and Michael Brock. Running out your top 10 drivers in the championship. So drivers on the pace lap right now. While they do that, we will take a moment here to remind everybody that please hit that like and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it goes a long way to helping us get not only the league out there, but get the channel out there so we can attract more leagues, so we can bring you more great racing week in, week out. So again, stick around in between race number 1 and race number 2. We'll have 2 heats of action. As usual, if you're new to the broadcast, heat racing here, where they'll do 20 minutes. Top 4 will invert for race number 2. And then we'll get reset for race number 2, top 4 invert. So fourth place will start on pole. First place will start in fourth. Everybody else will start where they finished. Sorry about that. Just had to reset something. We're good to go. Welcome in, Perfect Jen. We're hoping for good things for Michael Brock here this evening. Austin Britton Racing. Welcome in, Austin. We're going to have our inboard or onboard car this evening is going to be Corey Mitchell for the start of the race here. As the field heading through the final quarter now, then we'll be getting underway. Michael Brock, Michael Chase going to lead us to the green flag. Get ready, buckle in, here we go. 20 minutes, first 20 minutes here of Mazda MX-5 Racing Apex, this kicking off week number 9. We are waiting on the green flag, and then we're getting underway. The leaders down the front stretch, waiting for that green to queue up. There it is. Green flag is out, and away we go. Michael Brock, Michael Chase lead them down into turn 1. Looks like Brock getting the better jump on the outside. Michael Chase on the inside row trying to get some help from Gregorio Moreno in behind as they race into turn 1. I think Michael Brock going to hold on to top spot. He's going to have to work his way around the outside though. Chase holding on to that inside, but they're going to get single file here now. Chase ducks in behind Brock. As we can see Corey Mitchell on the onboard there. Looks like a fairly clean start towards the back of the pack, so we love to see that. Nice clean racing to start this one off. 29 cars, one shy of 30 on track. Away they go. We've got Michael Chase looking to the inside of Michael Brock, trying to make a move. Already down into turn 5. So he's able to make this move stick. We got Gregorio Moreno and Brian Lemke in tow behind too as well. As we got, it looks like one of the Sky Lounge machines trying to make a move up the inside. I believe that's Jonathan Cooper trying to look up the inside of Joseph Marr a little farther back. See if Coop able to make that move stick. They're still going door to door here. Cooper going to take that position away from Joseph Marr, but Roman Bykov came to this one, got himself up into the top 5 in Pro Championship standings. Got himself up 2 positions right now into 7th place. It's a nice start there for Roman Bykov. Keep an eye on him and see how he advances through the field. So the battle's still up front though. Michael Chase has gotten around Michael Brock using that draft. I mentioned off the top of the show. The draft going to be pertinent here for these drivers. They're not going to want to use it. We'll watch Michael Brock here. As he's in tow, he's going to get a heck of a draft off Michael Chase. So he's able to make that move. He isn't going to make a move into Canada corner. He's going to back out here now. That's going to actually put Gregorio Moreno right on his rear bumper. So take a look back here from Michael Brock. You see Moreno hanging right off that rear bumper, trying to force a mistake from Michael Brock. So far so good though for Michael Brock, able to hold off any charge here from Moreno, as our driver is going to come around to complete lap number 1. Let's check back in our AM leader right now. That is Kent Kruger. He's got Stan Hammonds right ahead of him. Let's go on board here with Kent Kruger. You see Stan Hammonds in the red Sky Lounge Coke-esque machine up ahead. Kruger going to try and stay in tow. He's got Zinn pushing him on the back bumper. Zinn doing everything he can, try and push Kent Kruger along as they head down through turn 2 into turn 3. Zinn thinks about sticking the nose up the inside of Kruger, but chooses not to. Let's go back here to Corey Mitchell on the inboard. He is mired mid-pack here right now. Corey Mitchell, he's got Michael Tanagretti up ahead of him. Tyler Pierre-Richards in that red car. Off to side, Tanagretti's in the pink car. Just ahead of them is Spencer Bodway and Isaac Sulu. So Corey Mitchell in a heck of a battle there. We'll keep an eye and see how things grow there for them into turn 5 as we see a car off on the outside there. See who that was. They go 3 wide into the corner. Pierre-Richards on the inside. Exulu tried to come across. Got into Bodway. Thankfully, they're all going to continue on. Looks like that was Charles Wolf that was out early on. We'll take a look and see what happened to him moments ago. But this battle here between Pierre-Richards, Exulu, Tanagretti, and Corey Mitchell going hot and heavy here right now. Exulu trying to dive deep up on the back of Pierre-Richards. Doesn't make that move. See what happened to Tony Wallace, as we lost Wallace early on here too as well. So he's heading down into turn 5. Oh, let's see if we can take another look here at what happened there to Tony Wallace. So he's got the red car of Jonathan Cooper to his outside. Oh, it looks like they just came to blows there, unfortunately for Wallace. So he may have been trying to pinch Cooper off on the side. Unfortunately, nowhere really for Cooper to go there. 2 cars trying to fit in the same piece of real estate. Didn't work out. Up front, though, Michael Brock got himself back up top of the sharp end of the field. He has Chase, Moreno, Lemke, and Miller in tow as they head down the front straight. They'll complete another lap here now. That's going to be lap number 3 done and dusted. Or sorry, they're starting lap number 3. Chase Chase looking to the inside of Brock. Oh, he gets into the corner of Brock. Brock's going to slide. They both collect up. Lemke tries to go around. He gets into the back of Chase. They're all bottlenecked up now. Michael Chase up top. Bykoff taking advantage of that. He's going to move into second place. Moreno off track, off wide. He got wrapped up in that. Brock's going to cycle down to third. Lemke in fourth. Miller's going to hold on to fifth place. Greenhoe up into sixth. Jonathan Cooper falling down the grid two as well. Joseph Marr off track. Cooper back to the pits. We'll see what happened to him. But up front, though, we've got Michael Brock trying to look at the inside of Bykoff. That's for top spot. Trying to get back up on the sharp end of the field. Bykoff defending on the outside. He's going to hold on to that position. Things going off at the front of the pack here. We'll see if we can try and decipher what happened up there. As I believe we had two different incidents all at the same time. Let's see what happened to Gregorio Moreno. So Moreno, the third car in line here. See Chase and Brock get wrapped up in what's up there. Moreno tries to go to the inside. Chase comes across. Moreno goes off track, gets back on, but he's going to pull off to the side here. I'm not sure if he got some steering damage or not there. Interesting stuff. Almost looks like he couldn't really steer the car through there. With Joseph Marr, we saw him involved in something too as well. Let's see what happened to Joseph Marr. See Zinn try and move around the inside of Marr. Marr is go wide off of turn two. He goes back on track. Oh, almost gets into Kent Kruger. Oh, he gets into John Cooper. And I'm not sure who that was in behind. Schmidt, Michael Schmidt, possibly. Oh, man, rough race for Michael Schmidt. But up front, things are hectic. Michael Brock back up top of the sharp end of the field. You could be right. Perfect, Jane. You could be right. All right, down the front straight we go. Michael Brock leading the way. Roman Bykoff in tow. Let's see what happens here into turn one. Is Bykoff going to try and make the move? He looks up the inside of Michael Brock. Late on the brakes for Bykoff. Back up top for him. Brock going to cycle down into second place. We got a battle though in behind though. Mark Miller just ahead of Lemke with Zinn, Hammonds, Greenhoe, and Kruger there. Kent Kruger, our top AM driver, on the back of this pack. Kent probably has the best seat in the house right now for this battle. We'll go on board with him as he's trying to keep with this battle pack. We'll bring in, we got a secondary battle here. Tyler Pierre-Richards leads Michael Tanagretti, Corey Mitchell, Spencer Bodway, and Ozzik Sulu on the inlay, but keep an eye on what's going on up here as this lead pack heads into turn 5. See Chase and Brock going door to door again through turn 5. Brock drops a tire off into the dirt, but he's going to continue on. In through turn 6 they go. Full throttle here into turn 7. No lifting. Chase is going to drop a tire off in the grass, but he's going to keep going. Roman Bykoff leading the way. You'd love to see some battling in behind him. Bykoff starting to open up a bit of a gap here now over Michael Chase in second place. Well, they jockey around in behind that'll allow Bykoff to open up a little bit of a gap. And Zinn and Hammonds on the back of this pack. Kind of sitting there monitoring what's going on as we're heading to the halfway mark, coming up on the 10-minute mark, halfway of this 20-minute heat race. Bykoff going to try and go defensive, going to the inside. Michael Chase looking up his left-hand side. He's going to make that pass before they even get to Canada corner. Shows you how strong the draft is on these cars. Bykoff trying to fight back on the inside. Michael Brock now right there in third place on board here with him. Oh, we see in the inlay, Chad Pierre-Richards gets punted off track. Sent off. I'm not sure who that was that got into him, but see if we can take a replay of that, as that looks very, very severe here. We'll catch a look here what happened between Tanagretti and Pierre-Richards. Oh, through Canada corner. Funnily enough, doesn't look like there's any real damage on the side of Pierre Richards' car. Our lead pack, though, into turn one again. Michael Chase leading the way. Bykoff in tow. Zinn trying to look around the inside of Hammonds. Unable to make that pass stick right now. They head down the little short chute between turn 1 and 3. Hammonds able to hold on to that position. Greenhoe right there in tow too as well. Our championship leader on the pro side. He doesn't necessarily want to get wrapped up in anything here. Just trying to bide his time. Avoid any catastrophes for him. He's got to think about the championship with only 3 more weeks to go, sorry. See Greenhoe looking up the outside of Hammonds. Hammonds going defensive. Zayd's going to make the move around the outside. We're going too wide up into turn 7. Michael Brock looking to the inside of Roman Bykoff. Ooh, a little squirrely there for Brock. Had to collect the car up. It's going to cost him a little bit of time as Lemke now looking to the inside of Michael Brock. Brock trying to defend this position. Miller looking to the outside too as well. Miller's going to go off in the grass. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Brock should be able to hold on to this position now, but Lemke's going to get around him. Michael Chase up front. Roman Bykoff, they're trying to run away from this pack now. That gap about 1 second from Michael Chase over Roman Bykoff. If he can pick up another couple tenths, he might actually be able to break the draft here and run away. But as long as it's hanging around 1 second, Bykoff going to be able to utilize that draft down this straight here. Close that gap. It's already down to 8 tenths. Should be about 7.5 tenths by the time they hit the braking zone here. Let's pop back here a little bit. We got a battle between Uwe Hale, Tyler Pierre Richards, and that's Chris King on the back of this one. Or sorry, no, Tyler Pierre Richards, Tony Wallace, and Uwe Hale. Uwe Hale with new paint scheme here tonight. That is a extremely bright blue chrome paint scheme on that car, but we saw Pierre Richards get into it with Tanagretti earlier. Car was up on 2 wheels, off into Canada corner. Looks like he's still driving okay right now. Tony Wallace, another driver who had a little bit of a rough race to start. We go on board here with Wallace as they head up the front straight. We'll see what kind of run he can get here on Pierre Richards. See if Wallace gets enough of a run to make a move into turn 1. See how strong the draft is here. He's getting the pole, getting the toe. He's going to stay tucked in behind Richards, see if the two of them can work together. Try and close that gap on the pack up ahead. Up ahead, though. Chase and Bykoff been reeled back in by the pack. Let's go on board with our other driver here, sharing a cam, Stan Hammonds. The Stanimal. Oh, actually, we got a number of more drivers sharing their cams. We'll get them in for next race too as well. As the Stanimal mired in that lead pack, trying to find his way through. We'll see if he's able to work together potentially with Kelly Greenhoe, another driver who very confident in the Mazdas. We usually see him competing towards the sharp end of the field, basically week in, week out. As we have Kelly Greenhoe on cams here. Greenhoe sharing his cam too as well, just before the race starts. So we get him in. 5 minutes to go. Currently sitting in 7th place, our pro leader in the championship. Just trying to keep his car clean, get it home. Try and retrieve as many points as he can on this one. So back here between Tyler Pierre Richards, if you go on board with him, he and Tony Wallace, they've caught that pack up ahead. They've got Aaron Sunday and Michael Tanagretti now just up ahead of them. See if they're able to keep moving forward. It looks like Oz, Exulu, Chris Diaz, Spencer Bodway just up ahead. So we got about 8 cars now in a tight pack as we go on board here with Exulu, who's leading this pack. Oh, Bodway and Diaz almost get into it in behind them into Canada corner. So they're all going to get through there. That's going to cost them a ton of time here as we look back from Spencer Bodway and see how deep that pack is now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cars in tow here. As they battled out in through turn number 14. They're going to come across 4 minutes to go. It'll be 2 laps to go for these drivers. So this lap plus 1 more. We'll head back up front. We'll put that secondary pack on the inlay there now so we can keep an eye on that battle. We see Pierre Richards trying to make it 3 wide into turn 1. Looking up the inside of Aaron Sunday. He's got Tana Greta just up ahead of him too as well as they head into turn 1. Pierre Richards is going to make that move on Sunday, so they'll stick together. Our lead pack looks like things have calmed down a little bit up front. So we follow Brian Lemke. He's got Michael Brock in tow. It's like Brock going to think about making the move on the outside of Lemke down into turn 5. You know, door to door. Battle of the late breakers here from Michael Brock. Oh, almost gets into the back of Roman Bykov. That's going to cost a bit of time. Lemke able to fight back on the outside, but Zinn and Hammonds are there now too as well. Battles all throughout the field. This is what Mazda race is all. 3 wide into turn 5 in the inlays. Tyler Pierre Richards late on the brakes up the inside. He's going to move himself around Tanagretti and Chris Diaz. What a move there by Tyler Pierre Richards, the red Sky Lounge machine on the inlay. Keep an eye on him, but we're going 2 wide, 3 wide potentially up front here as Lemke and Brock trying to move around the lap car. That is, I believe, Michael Schmidt that they're moving around, the lap machine. Schmidt trying to stay to the inside, letting the leaders by. Nicely done by him. That's what we like to see. Oh, we see Kelly Greenhoe and Mark Miller dropping a couple tires off into the grass. In the Canada corner, and we're going to see a move here. Bykov in tow. Doesn't stick the nose out, but Brock trying to make the move around the inside of Hammonds. Hammonds trying to make the move on the outside. Brock defending it. Hammonds had to give it a little bit of a tap of the brake to fall back in line. Michael Brock going to defend 4th place. Our drivers, 1 more corner to go here, and they'll head to the line for the white flag. We see that battle still going on in the inline. Exilu and Pierre Richards. Pierre Richards going to get around him. So he's going to bring Spencer Bodway and Tanagretti in tow. You see Bodway battling Tanagretti. Exilu in behind him too as well. Aaron Sunday right there too. Oh, it's Exilu going to spin in the background there to the DeWalt machine. Going to lose it out of the final corner. Our leaders, though, on the final lap. Lemke and Bykov going door to door. Bykov up 7 spots from where he qualified right now. 2nd place car. He knows what he needs to do if he wants to try and have a shot at the championship here. He's ahead of the championship leader, Kelly Greenhoe. He's going to pick up some points here on Greenhoe. One of the other competitors he's going to stay ahead of is Brian Lemke too as well. So every position matters right now here for Roman Bykov. He's going to try and make a move on Michael Chase into turn 5. He's looking at the inside. You see that pack heading into turn 5, 2 wide for Bykov and Chase. Bykov going to go out wide. It's going to cost him a little bit of speed. So far able to stay ahead of Lemke. See Brock going off into the grass, do a little landscaping. That's going to cost him a number of positions. Greenhoe trying to make the move around the outside too as well. So it's going to drop him down to 7th place. Up ahead, Michael Chase still leading the way, although he went wide at a turn 8. It's going to cost him a bit of pace. Should have enough time to get back up to pace here though through the carousel. And they'll head to the kink. Hammonds now right in tow on Lemke's rear bumper. We saw these 2 drivers work well together, not last week but the week before at Spa. Hammonds prevailed last time. Lemke was trying to get that win. A couple Sky Lounge drivers here looking at 3rd, 4th. Lemke trying to make the move around the inside of Bykov. They're going to go 3 wide into Canada corner. Lemke, top spot right now. He's going to make it stick down the back straight into Canada corner. He's going to go off wide though. Unfortunately, Michael Chase stayed. Hammond's going to get up top. Lemke had the move but couldn't hold on to it through Canada corner. Door to door here for Stan Hammonds and Michael Chase into turn 14. Hammonds on the inside, Chase on the outside. Who's going to get the better run through the final corner? Looks like Stan Hammonds is going to have it as they head to the line. We have a look back here. Michael Brock off into the grass. Hammonds going to lead the way as they cross the line up over the hill. There it is. Stan Hammonds going to take top spot. Brian Zinn around Lemke at the last second. He'll take the final spot on the podium. Let's quickly go back here to the secondary battle between Pierre Richards leading the way. Spencer Bodway trying to get the run up the straight here. Can he make that position stick? Drag race to the line. Bodway going to hop just ahead of Pierre Richards to take away 10th position. Tyler Pierre Richards going to round out Bodway up into 9th. Pierre Richards down to 10th. And Tony Wallace going to round out the 12th place finish. So, hell of a race there finished by those drivers. Pop back here to Chris King. He's heading into the final quarter. John Cooper, driver we saw wrapped up an incident earlier on. Gregorio Moreno as well, with the MAV Motorsports drivers. Saw him pull it off and kind of park at the side there. I'm not sure, again, if potentially he had some steering issues for him. Either way, he's got that car back out on track. He's going to finish it up. Matthew Adkins. He's going to join the photo op there. So let's take a look at the results here. Oh, sorry. We're still waiting for a couple of cars to finish. So we're waiting for Charles Wolfe as he's heading down the front stretch now. And Dylan Foster, the Barbie machine. Once those two drivers finish up, that should make this one official. We'll take a look at our final results. We'll have a quick little, I believe it's 3-minute warm-up that Kent has revised it down to. We'll Foster across the line. That'll make it official. Let's take a look at our final results. Stan Hammonds comes across the winner. Michael Chase in second place with Brian Zinn in third. Brian Lemke in fourth. Roman Bykoff in fifth. Kelly Greeno, Mark Miller, Kent Kruger, Spencer Bodway, and Tyler Pierre Richards. Going to round out your top 10 finishing positions here this evening. And our top AM driver, Kent Kruger, got himself in 8th place. Second place, Aaron Sunday in AM, and third place, Corey Mitchell. So nice run there by Corey Mitchell into a third place. I mentioned it early on, a driver who hasn't had the best of seasons for him. But let's bring in our race one winner here, Stan Hammonds. Stanimal, you did it again. Last lap, last couple corners, and you were able to prevail.
Dude, this race was crazy. Everybody in like the top 8 or 10 was bumping into each other the whole time, pushing, trying to go faster, constant position changes, at least behind first. And I was just in the right spot there at the end because everybody went in so deep into Canada corner. And my plan was to just try to get a better exit and anticipate that somebody was going to do that. Well, then they all did it. And it just parted the seas for me, and it was, I don't know if you had my face cam up for any part of that or not, but I was screaming, Rob. That was so exciting. That was such a blast. It was great.
Now, I was curious because I had mentioned that you and Lemke got linked up together at Spa a couple weeks back, and I think he had said the second race you were trying to help him get the win. We saw him make a hell of a move into Canada corner on the last lap, but he just wasn't able to hold on to it. Went a little wide and dropped back a number of spots. But were you trying to get him the win here this week, Stan, or was it just every man for himself?
Well, no, I mean, the plan was, and we were talking about it in the Discord coming into the final lap. It's like I told him I was just going to push him unless I couldn't, unless something happened that prevented me from being able to help him. And when he went 3 wide, like, that was great. That was the move he needed to make because that was the lane that was open. But when he went 3 wide into the braking zone, I can't really push him there because that's just gonna be a wreck if I try to push him at that point. And then when he went wide, Like it was just it was totally wide open to the right side of the track in Canada Corner, and I just had to go there. That was the only place to put the car. Otherwise, I would have stayed behind him pushing him, but when everybody sort of lost momentum in Canada Corner, I had to go, and it just was what it was.
We got about 15 seconds left in warm up there, Stan, so we'll let you get back to the track, and we'll see if you can do it again here this time.
Yeah, buddy, looking forward to it. We're like, how many Sky Lounge cars do we have in the race tonight? I lost count. We got me,
5,
Tyler.
I believe.
Yeah, me, Tyler, Jonathan, Russ, and Lemke. And also Matt Adkins is in here. He's a Sky Lounge guy, but he's not running the Sky Lounge paint. So make sure you say something about that on the broadcast at Embarrassing.
I'll make sure I call him out. Yep, absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Take care.
All right, Rob. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
That was Stan Hammonds. Let's quickly bring in Corey Mitchell here. Corey, do you got us?
Hey, how's it going?
Hell of a race there, Corey. You managed to stay out of trouble for the most part. Get yourself third place in AM class. So as far as your season's been going, I don't think you can really ask for much more than that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, actually. I shot myself in the foot qualifying. I forgot to dump fuel, so that put me like 10 cars back from Kent. I just could never get him even within sight of the race. And then we had some guys in the back that just wanted to race instead of work together. And in a Miata at Road America, you just can't do that. You have to work together.
Yeah, you need that draft for sure. But you're going to start this one in, looking at 14th place. How do you think you can do here starting mid-pack? Obviously, lap 1, it's going to be trying to avoid the carnage at turn 1 and turn 5. But if you can get through there, what do you think are your chances?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Like I say, we're still quite a ways back, but, maybe we get lucky. Maybe people get greedy or something in the second race and, maybe pick up some freebies.
Excellent stuff. See the grid's pulling away. We'll let you get back to her, Corey. Best of luck.
Thanks, sir.
There we go. The grid is pulling away. Again, another 20 minutes action coming this way. Tyler Pierre Richards in chat. Skylands domination. See how you do again this time here, Mr. Pierre Richards. You see Corey there on screen. You start mid-pack this time. Sometimes it's a safe place, but more often than not, it's it's generally not where you want to be more often than not. So we'll see how Corey does. So we're quickly going to reset here, timing and scoring. Again, 20 minutes of action here. Be the same format as before. The drivers do not need to pit. They do not need tires. It's just an all-out sprint to the end. See Corey there firmly. You can see what he's going to see ahead of him, what he's going to see behind him. And then for our inlay car, we're going to pick up Gregorio Moreno. He's going to be starting in about 17th place. We'll see how he's able to make his way through the back of the pack. He's going to have Michael Brock with him too as well. So rough race from Michael Brock. We'll see if he's able to recoup. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can jump on board with Michael Brock for our camera car this time. I suspect he'll be trying to move through the field very quickly. So it'll probably be a good bet to follow along here. This car is now heading into the carousel, also known as turn number 10. Again, if you're interested in joining Apex this, they race 2 times a week in organized leagues, Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, and then Friday and Saturday kind of flip-flops back and forth through the season. As far as what they're going to run, those are the fun nights. No points awarded for those. But Sunday nights will be Mazda's. Tuesdays next season, we're actually bringing 2 Racers Nexus 2 as well. So we're broadcasting both nights next season. Right now, Tuesdays is GT4, but there is discussion on whether they'll be changing to a potential different car, possibly multi-class 2 as well. Maybe the GR86 with its revisions, or the new Porsche Cup car. So if you're interested in joining the league, racing either one of those nights, the league is free to join. They do take donations to help cover the costs. You can find the Discord link in the description too as well. So Perfect Jen in chat saying Michael Brock better quickly make his way through the field from the back. So we'll keep an eye on him. A couple more corners to go here and we'll get going live. So I'm going to grab a quick drink and then we'll come back to see how things unfold. So there we go, the field out of the final corner. Getting ready to go live here. We'll bring our inlay. Again, we've got Michael Brock on the inlay. We'll see how he can move through the field. Our leaders, Lemke and Zinn, leading them to the green flag. Pull up the blimp cam. There we go. Green is out and we're underway. Lemke getting a nice start. He's already going to open up 2 car lengths over Brian Zinn. He's even going to get a little bump draft here from Michael Chase as they head down the front straight. Zinn with a slower start on the outside. Going to lose a couple spots. Lemke leading them into turn 1. Zinn and Chase going 2 wide. Hammond's there too as well. Bykoff and Greenho up in tow as well. Then Michael Brock on the inline seeing his move into turn 1. He's going to try and make a move around Uwe Hale into turn 1, right in behind Corey Mitchell, who we were just talking to. So far so good for those 2 drivers. They're going to make it through turn 1 and head down the hill towards turn number 3. Here comes our leaders into turn number 5, underneath the cheese bridge, down the little kink into turn number 5, heavy onto the brakes. Lemke leading the way, a little too wide in behind between Greenho and Miller. Greenho moving up the inside of Mark Miller. Spencer Bodway there in tow too as well. On the inlane, Michael Brock quickly moving his way through. Oh, we've got a wreck in behind. We've got a number of drivers off. Looks like Gregor Moreno, John Cooper, Chris Diaz all wrapped up in that one. We get back on track. Looks like Russell Abraham involved too as well. So we'll see if we can catch a quick look at what happened there. Looks like Moreno might have been the driver that kicked everything off here. So on board here with Gregor Moreno. He's going to get up on the grass. I'm not sure if he just got sideways into Uwe Hale there or not. We'll have to see if we can maybe get a blimp camera here to get a better idea of what happened here. So we see they bunch up into turn 5. That's Moreno on the inside. A little contact with Uwe Hale. Unfortunately, that just sends everything and everybody scattering. So there's Cooper, Abraham, Diaz, and Moreno all off track. So unfortunately, that just looked like a little bit more of a netcode issue than anything else, but those drivers back on track. But up front, Lemke leading the way over Zinn and Chase. Let's take a look and see how Michael Brock is doing on the inlay. He's got himself up 5 positions right now in 12th place, just behind Aaron Sunday as they head down the front stretch. See if Brock gets enough of a run here to make the move into turn number 1. And up top, Lemke trying to defend from Zinn. Zinn doesn't make the move. Brock looking to the inside of Sunday. He's going to pick up that position too as well. That's going to put him up to a gain of 6 positions so far. So quickly moving through the field for Michael Brock. Let's go a little farther back here. Tony Wallace. Oh, Tony Wallace's camera. There we go. Camera went a little squirrely there for a minute, but we've got him on board. Looks like he's working with his teammate, Michael Tannegretta. Right now, we get Tannegretta in tow on the back of Tony Wallace. But let's go on board here with Wallace as he's trying to make the move around Aaron Sunday on the inside. See Aaron Sunday, the Our House No Drama machine, to the left side of Tony Wallace. He's going to defend. Wallace going to have to try and go around the outside here again of turn number 6. Late braking. Looks like Aaron Sunday going to back out. That's going to give that position to Tony Wallace. Let's check in on one of our other drivers here. Tyler Pierre Richards. As he's working himself right in 9th place right now, in behind Spencer Bodway. As they head in through the carousel. See Bodway, a little tap of the brakes there up ahead. Had to collect that car up. Short little straight here between the carousel and into the kink. Little lift here on these Mazdas. Oh, actually, they're going through full throttle. I thought maybe the Mazdas would have to do a little bit of a lift through that section, but they're going to hold on to that full throttle action. And then Kelly Greenhoe just up ahead of them. Greenhoe, as I mentioned, came into this one leading the championship, trying to make as many points here as he can to lengthen out that lead he has. Right now down one position from where he started. In 7th place, just behind Mark Miller, but he's got Spencer Bodway and Tyler Pierre Richards lurking in behind. Both those drivers trying to find a way around. So down the front straight they go. Lemke still leading the way at the front. We've now got Michael Brock making the move around Kent Kruger on the inlay. That's going to get him up into 10th place. That's going to drop Kruger down to 11th. So that's going to be a gain of 7th places now for Michael Brock as he continues his charge through the field. He's got Tony Wallace right in behind him too as well. So let's go on board here with Tony Wallace. As these two drivers trying to chase up through the field, they've got Tyler Pierre Richards and Spencer Bodway just ahead of them. So we'll see if they can work together here. Try and close in as they're just on the tail of that lead pack. Actually, they have caught the lead pack now. So this lead group extends all the way back to about 12th, 13th place here. Just to show you how strong the draft is here at Road America. Tony Wallace looking to the inside of Michael Brock. Can he make that move stick? No, Brock going to carry a little more pace around the outside. See if Wallace is able to regroup and try make that pass stick. But up front, Lemke and Bykoff opening up a bit of gap now over 3rd place. Brian Zinn is in having to defend off against Stan Hammonds. Let's go on board here. We'll see if Zinn and Hammonds can work together. It's a couple of Racer Nexus commentators. You can catch them Wednesday nights doing left turn racing. Right now, battling it out on track. No commentating for either of these drivers right now. As they head into Canada Corner, we'll see if Hammonds gets a run to make a move on Zinn. Michael Chase right there as well. See if he can capitalize. No, he's not going to do it. Kelly Greenhoe, though, in behind. A little argy-bargy for him. Looked like the car got a little squirrely heading into Canada Corner. Michael Brock now moving up through. He's going to get ahead of Tony Wallace. Tried to make the move on Bodway. Out of the final corner they go. Brock up 7 positions from where he started. Let's go a little farther back in the field here. We've got Chris Diaz, Charles Wolf. Wolf with no front bumper on his car. He's going to go off wide. He gets it collected up. He's got Diaz, Russell Abraham, Gregorio Moreno Jr., William Steeren. Looks like Moreno Jr. going to try and look to the inside of Abraham. Just ahead of them is Charles Wolf and Chris Diaz. Wolf definitely down on top speed with that bumper missing on the front. He needs to be tucked in behind somebody. All 3 of those cars going to make it around Charles Wolf. He's trying to fight back on the inside of Russell Abraham, but once they get back onto the straight here between turn 3 and 5, that top speed disadvantage for Wolf going to rear its head again. Back up to our lead pack. As we see Greenhoe and Bodway battling it out. Bodway going to get up ahead of Kelly Greenhoe. Starting to wonder if maybe this tentative driving style here for Greenhoe, trying to maximize his points haul, is starting to be a bit of a disadvantage for him as he's losing positions. We might need to see a little more aggression out of Kelly Greenhoe here if he wants to maintain his championship lead heading into turn number 10. We're glad to hear it, Perfect Jen. We're glad to hear it. Brian Lemke leading the way. Roman Bykoff in tow. As they work their way through the kink. Down the short straight between the kink and Canada corner. You see Brian Zinn looking to the outside of Bykoff. Bykoff going to have to go defensive 3 wide into Canada corner. Lemke going to lead them through. Keeps it on track. Bykoff to his inside though. Bykoff might get a little better run, but Lemke going to have the inside line through Bill Mitchell-Benn. Into the final corner they go. The battle right now for second place. Bykoff trying to hold on to that position. Zinn and Hammonds trying to take it away, but Tyler Pierre-Richards out of nowhere, he's now joined this lead pack. Those 2 Sky Lounge red machines. Hammonds leading the way with Pierre-Richards in tow. So we're on board here with Tyler Pierre-Richards, giving the bump draft to his teammate Stan Hammonds up ahead. So they go defensive now. You can see him talking on the mic. They're in a Discord channel, no doubt, with each other communicating. But we see 3 wide into turn 1 up ahead. Bykoff tries to stick it up inside Lemke. Zinn got squirrely. He's going to lose a bunch of positions. Pierre Richards going to move around. Hammond's moving around. Greenhoe unable to make that move. Mark Miller going to be stuck in behind too as well as they're going 3 wide in behind him. This pack continues to shuffle as we just passed this halfway mark. Zinn and Miller battling out. Zinn now up alongside of Pierre Richards. Hammonds just ahead. Go on board here with Stan Hammonds. We'll see if Brian Zinn makes the move. He's late under the brakes. Can he make that move stick? Hammonds on the outside. He's going to hold on to it. Oh, drops a couple cars off into the grass and the gravel. They get it tied back up. Everything wrapped back up. They're back on top. Lemke's still leading the way though. Somehow he's managed to keep himself out front with all the jockeying in behind. Having a look at timing and scoring, looks like something's happened to Corey Mitchell. So fortunately, after a promising race number 1 for Mitchell, he has fallen back. Things still shifting and shaking around here as Michael Chase making a lunge at top spot. Lemke. Sorry, I was checking something. Something happened to Brian Lemke off track here. Lost a number of positions. Take a look here at what happened there in a moment. But the battle up front, Bykoff's got himself to the sharp end of the field. Hammonds in tow. Michael Chase to his outside. Chase going to have to go the long way around. Who's going to get the better run through turn 14? Michael Chase trying to get into the throttle a little quicker than Hammonds on the inside. Hammond's no draft right now. That's going to hurt him as they head up the hill. Michael Chase, he's going to have that draft off Bykoff. Down the front straight they go. Hammonds and Pierre Richards now nose to tail again on the inside. Zinn tucked in behind Michael Chase on the inside. They're going to try and make the move around Bykoff. Bykoff going to lose this top spot to Michael Chase. They've got a lap car up ahead. That is Gregorio Moreno back on track. Here comes the battle for top spot. Bykoff going to get back up ahead of Michael Chase. Able to outbrake him into turn 3. Comes the lead pack. Down the straight underneath the cheese bridge they go. Michael Chase tucked up right on the back bumper of Roman Bykoff. elects to bump draft him instead of making the move. See if that was the wise move. It is. Neither one of the Skylanders machines of Hammonds or Pierre Richards look to the inside. Oh, Pierre Richards gets sliding through. He's going to go off tracks. It cost him a number of spots here now for Tyler Pierre Richards. Gets himself back on track just ahead of Kent Kruger, but a wild ride there for Tyler Pierre Richards. A little bit of landscaping for the groundskeeping crew. Just check in with Tony Wallace. Now working his way up in that top 10 pack. Got himself up 3 positions into 8th place. He's got Michael Brock just in behind him. See if he's able to hold Brock off. Brock moved quickly up into this top pack, gaining 8 positions, but he's been unable to really move any further through the pack once he's got up there. On board here with Kelly Greenhoe as he looks to the outside of Brian Zinn. It's going to translate into the inside into Canada Corner. Can Greenhoe make this pass stick? He does. Zinn backs out. It's going to give him that position. He's going to try the crossover though. Zinn's going to make that pass back. So unfortunately for Greenhoe, went a little deep into Canada Corner. It cost him a spot. See if Greenhoe, oh no! He gets spun around. Kelly Greenhoe off track. Ooh, we'll have to take a look and see what happened to him. You can see that expression there on Kelly's face. None too impressed with that. See if we can queue up a replay here quickly. See what happened to Kelly Greenhoe. There we go. Looks like Tony Wallace in tow. Oh, yeah, Wallace just late on the brakes, got into the back of Greenhoe, unfortunately. And around he went, so no doubt the stewards will probably be reviewing that one. It's unfortunate for Kelly Greenhoe, our championship leader. Up front, though, the battle still continues on. Oh, no, something happened to Tyler Pierre Richards, too, as well. Let's see. Pierre Richards was in behind Michael Chase as they head down the straight. Oh, that's Stan Hammond. Sorry, hold on. Pierre Richards is what we want. Here we go. Tyler Pierre Richards on the outside of Michael Brock. Oh, he just get up into the side of Michael Brock. It's the second time we've seen Pierre Richards up on 2 wheels. See if we can get a better look here at what happened to Tyler Pierre Richards. Michael Brock to the inside. Everything's fine there. Oh, it just looks like Pierre Richards just turned in a hair too early. Got into the side of Michael Brock and around he went. That's going to leave Stan Hammonds as the sole red Skylanders machine up front. He's got Brian Zinn up ahead of him. Michael Chase to the sharp end of the field now. Go farther back, we got a battle here between Ozzik Sulu and Joseph Marr. Marr tight on the draft of Xulu. They got Kent Kruger just ahead of him. So we saw Kent having to evade that spun car of Pierre Richards. That's going to cost him the draft off that lead pack. He's still our top AM driver right now, though. So Kent will have a nice haul in points here this evening with potentially back-to-back top spots in AM. Our lead pack, though, out of the final corner, down the front straight for the final time. Michael Brock into the pits. I wonder if this is a drive-through for incident points. It's unfortunate for him. Had a nice race shaping up, but those 8x incident points add up very, very quickly here. Zinn looking to the inside of Chase. Hammond's going to go around the inside. He's going to take both of them into turn 1. Michael Chase going to lose it on the outside. He's going to fall back into 8th place, potentially even farther as Kent Kruger now coming up behind. But what a move by Stan Hammonds on the inside. Could he go back-to-back right now? Bykoff, Zinn, and Lemke right there in behind him. Down the mid-stretch they go. Bykov trying to defend against Lemke and Zinn. He's the middle car now, getting challenged from both sides. Zinn gonna back out. Lemke looks to the inside. Zinn tries to stick it in. He's gonna cross Lemke or cross Bykov over. It's gonna give him the inside line here. Hammond's going defensive, forcing Lemke to the outside. Bykov all over the place here, coming in hot and heavy into turn number 6. Not sure how he held onto that car. Came in there sideways. So Lemke up into top spot. That's going to cycle Hammonds down to 3rd. Mark Miller, Spencer Bodway on the tail end of this pack in 6th and 7th. Michael Tanagretta right there too as well. Hanging on to the back. If something happens up ahead, he could be in the potentially the best seat of the house right now. Lemke though leading the way through the carousel. He has Bykov on his rear bumper. So have a look back here from Lemke. See what kind of run they get through the kink. Will the Silver Bullet attempt a pass? On board here with Roman Bykov. He dives to the inside. Can he make this pass stick? Door to door, Lemke and Bykov into Canada corner. Bykov going to make that pass. Lemke tries to cross over, unable to do it. It's going to put Bykov up top of the field. 2 more corners to go here for Roman Bykov. Lemke right there. Can he dive up the inside, or is Bykov going to take it late onto the brakes through turn 14? Roman Bykov out of the final corner here and heading to the line. Lemke trying to get around the outside, but he's not going to have enough of a run to do it. Oh, he's going to get Brian Lemke with the run through the final corner. What a maneuver. Lemke takes it away from Bykov. Zinn into 3rd place. Hammond's going to settle for 4th. Kent Kruger, Michael Chase to the line with Joseph Barr and Ozik Sulu. Chris Diaz leads Russell Abraham to the line. Abraham trying to fight back. Oh, he almost got him at the line. Diaz going to hold him off. Aaron Sunday and Michael Brock going to finish up just in behind them. Matthew Adkins up 7 spots. Nice finish for him. A little bit of damage on the front end of that car. William Steern. Chris King through the final corner. And Jonathan Cooper, he'll be our final car on the lead lap. These stupid 0x taps causing silly front end damages on the first laps. And all stacked together is just BS. Kelly Greedo. That is a result of netcode, iRacing netcode. I think you guys need to increase the incident points from 8x back to like 12x. Especially in the Mazda. So there's just so much tight confine battling, bumping and banging. It's just the way Mazdas are. I think it just needs to be moved up a little bit. Either way, Jonathan Cooper going to come across the line to make this one official. So we'll take a look at our final results from this one. Here we see Brian Lemke taking top spot ahead of Roman Bykov. Brian Zinn coming home in 3rd and final position on the podium with Mark Miller, Spencer Bodway, Michael Tanagretta, Michael Chase, Kent Kruger, and Joseph Barr, Ozik Sulu. Running out the top 10. Kent also again back-to-back top win, or back-to-back P1s for Kent Kruger in AM. Chris Diaz finishes 2nd in AM class with Aaron Sunday finishing in 3rd in AM class. 11th place goes to Michael Schmidt, Chris Diaz, and Russell Abraham in 12th and 13th. Aaron Sunday in 14th. Michael Brock in 15th. Matthew Atkins in 16th. William Steern. Stan Hammonds falls to 18th place. I wonder if Stan got a potential black flag for incident points on the last lap and got the 30-second penalty. It looks like that's what it was. As he's going to finish 35 seconds back of the leaders. Chris King in 19th with John Cooper rounding out the top 20. Then we get into our used car parking lot with Pierre Richards, Wallace, Greenhoe, Foster, Wolf, Moreno, Hale, Mitchell, and Harris rounding out the field. So we've got We've got a driver in chat waiting to have a chat with us, and it is our winner, Brian Lemke. Let's see if we can catch up with our winner of the feature race, Brian Lemke. Lemke, well done. You had a nice move at the end of heat number 1. You got yourself up into top spot in Canada corner, but just couldn't quite hold on to it. Lost that position. I think you finished up 3rd. You were able to get it done here in the feature race with that last corner move around Roman Bykov. How good did that feel after not being able to seal it in race number 1 and getting it done in the heat race or the feature race?
Yeah, boy, race 1, I was having flashbacks to Spa when I was, I had the lead with like 2 corners to go, and I feel like I could do it, and it all slipped away. And once again, I punch my way through, and I feel pretty good, and I overcook, and I get into the dirt, and I lose, 2, 3 spots, whatever it was. And luckily, we inverted to the pole position for race 2. It's been a good time up front, kind of getting pushed by a couple guys, which was nice. And then I made one mistake, fell back quite a few spots, and had to drive back through those leaders again. So difficult to do. It looked like a couple guys spun there towards the end, and I think Stan ended up with a black flag. So it just wild and crazy from the drop of the flag. This whole season has had that flow of you just don't know. You don't know until that last 2, 3 corners who might take it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. I think we saw at one point in time 13 or 14 cars in that lead pack. But I got to admit, I thought when Bykov got around you into Canada corner that you were done. I didn't suspect that move out of the final corner, but luckily you just kind of cooked it, trying to get late in the brakes. You were able to get it done. But next week we head to Daytona. How you feeling about your chances there at Daytona? Another popular high-speed track where the draft is going to be pertinent.
Yep. Well, once again, we are hitting all the draft tracks this season, and it's just it's anybody's game. Even the points is really anybody's game right now. This is these next 3 weeks, I think, are going to be like wild west out there. Everybody jockeying for positions, trying to get every point you can, plus trying to get that clean point bonus on top of it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous. Daytona is known to cause some pretty good wrecks, so hopefully we can keep it clean and put on a good show and have some fun.
Excellent stuff. Well, best of luck next week to you, Brian. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for the fans out there?
Just the usual. Thanks to you for doing the broadcast. A lot of the drivers love the broadcast. It sounds like they're trying to get you on for another night, which would be fantastic. All the Apex admins been absolutely crushing it this season. It's one of our better seasons for sure, and looking forward to the future. Sky Lounge with all their help this season. I was hanging out with those guys tonight, having a good old time, and helping me with paints and setups and all that fun stuff. So that's been a really good time. So the whole season's been a lot of fun.
Excellent stuff. Well, best of luck next week to you, Brian, and hopefully we see you back at the sharp end again.
Yeah, hopefully I can talk to you twice next week instead of once. That's going to be my goal.
Take care.
Have a good one.
That was our winner of the future race, Brian Lemke. Let's bring in our top AM finisher, back-to-back wins in AM class, Kent Kruger. Can't ask for much better of a night than that.
Oh, man, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Great racing. I was just... got my eye on the championship overall, so I wasn't trying to race with those other guys around me. Different division, but holy cow. I don't know if you saw it on that last race. I think we were like 1 lap from the end, and 2 cars got into it right in front of me, spun. I hammered the brake, and I thought for sure I was going to end up in this one car. Instead, he just flipped up over the top of me. Oh, I'm so thankful. I thought, man, go this far and I'm done. It was awesome. Scared the crap out of me.
We didn't catch it live, but when I went back and had a look at Tyler, it was Tyler Pierre Richards and Michael Brock, I think it was, that were directly in front of you, that got into it. And we saw how you had to hammer the brakes. So I had a feeling that it was championship aspirations that guided you to the brake pedal. But
That's for sure. That whole race, if anybody came up, is like, I'm just going to let you by. I'm trying to get as many bonus points as I can. So they were both clean races, which is great. So that's all I'm after. So but it was fun. It was fun.
You got 3 more weeks here to take your shot at the AM Championship. I think I saw where you posted the drop weeks are taken into effect now on the points. So you came into this one, I believe, in third, you were leading the points in this one after the drop week. So you're going to hold on to that lead heading to Daytona. What are you feeling about headed to Daytona, where, the big one can happen at any time?
Yeah. I love Daytona's fun. It is always a good time. So I'm looking forward to it. You never know. That's one of those tracks you just don't know what's going to happen. I felt like Road America, you kind of at least I feel you take your own fortune in your own hands, but at Daytona, you can get caught up in a wreck so easy on that track. So we'll see, but I like it. It's a fun track. I don't remember if it's going to be a night race or not. It might be. I don't remember, but that might be fun.
As long as it's not the rain, that's all we ask is no rain.
Yeah. No rain on that oval. Oh my God.
Well,
that would be terrible.
Best of luck to you next week, Kent. But before we let you go, do you have any, or give us your shout outs here, Kent?
My shout outs. First off, you for doing just an awesome broadcast. Everybody talks about it. So that's first and foremost. Thanks to you for that. Let's see, Apex Sim Racing, our sponsor this season, who is handling all our bills for right now. So that's pretty awesome. And I don't know, all the members out there that are spreading the word, because we are growing by leaps and bounds this particular season and have had awesome racing the whole time. So all those members out there spreading the word, thank you.
Yeah, there hasn't been a dull race all season, so hopefully the last 3 races finish up like that too as well. But best of luck next week, Kent. We'll see if you can keep a stranglehold on that AM Championship.
Thank you very much. Have a great one.
Take care. That was our top AM driver, Kent Kruger. Let's bring in our third place finisher now in the feature race, Brian Zinn. Zinn, you were pretty much embroiled in that top pack battle from start to finish there. A lot of bumping, banging, positions tossed back and forth. I think you probably passed and got past at least 10, 12 times in that race. How'd it go from your seat?
Yeah, that was absolutely wild. I missed it. It's been many races since I feel like I've been up in the front and getting to mix it up. Been unfortunate recipient of some bad bumps of that chaotic, frantic nature of MX5 racing, but this time we kept it all clean, bar the final lap between me and Michael Chase. But yeah, that was absolute insanity, especially that last lap. I was looking forward, looking behind, looking upside down any which way I could to figure out where to go. It was absolute insanity.
Yeah, I don't know whether you guys saw it or not. You guys were in the middle of a battle, but we saw the last lap, a number of lead changes on the last lap. I thought for sure when Bykoff made the roof on Lemke in the Canada corner that he was going to have it, but Lemke was able to take that position back into the final corner. And that kind of spells what the 2 races were, the 20 minutes before this one and then the 20-minute feature where it was just nonstop. No position was safe. It seemed like any given time where you could have a guy come from 2-3 positions back behind. I think we actually saw that. I think it was you and Stan Hammonds moved to the inside of Michael Chase into turn 1. Stan passed both these at the same time. You moved on the inside. I thought it was all hell going to break loose there, but for the most part, you were able to get through. Michael Chase lost a couple spots just by spinning out, but man, it was hectic. But we head to Daytona next week. How are you feeling about heading there?
I'm super excited for all the races at Daytona next week, but I mean, just like in real life, MX5 races at Daytona are absolute highlight of the calendar, a complete meme fest for all the chaos that comes out of it, and I expect nothing less from our racing if these last weeks have shown anything. So it's going to be pack racing with beehives, and I mean, what else can you ask for? It's going to be great fun. I'm so ready for it. I wish it was next Sunday already.
Absolutely. You can have the big one isn't just for NASCAR racing at Daytona. You can also have the big one in MX5 racing at Daytona. But before we let you go, Zin, do you have any shout outs you want to get out there?
Shout out you guys and Racer Nexus for putting on the broadcast for us. Shout out Kent and the rest of the admins for Apexes for putting on this great MX5 league. Seriously, if anybody's watching and wants to join in, I highly encourage it. We're gonna have it again next season. Shout out my friends and teammates. We had a great endurance race at Suzuka that we had a lot of fun with on Saturday. So the friends that you get to do this with, you can't ask for anything better than that.
Absolutely. That's what makes it the most enjoyable. So, well, best of luck to you next week at Daytona, Zin. And we know you're kind of in the championship battle, maybe a little farther back than you were hoping for, but there's still potential for a movement up and down through the championship standings. So maybe we'll see you at the sharp end again next week.
Hopefully. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Rob.
Take care. So that's going to wrap it up for us here at Road America. Again, if you're interested in joining this league, they are recruiting, as you heard from Kent Kruger there, always looking for more drivers. If you're interested in this or the Tuesday night action, which is GT4 this season, potentially GT4 again next season, maybe adding a second class or multi-class, potentially LMP3s, potentially even a Porsche Cup talk too as well with the new Porsche Cup car coming. So if you're interested in joining the league, find the Discord link in the description of the video below. If you're looking to have any special event or league broadcasted, you want us to handle that, you can contact us too as well. We can discuss that with you. But until next week, for Racer Nexus, I'm Rob Campbell. We will catch you then. Bye for now.